Hi, you're watching us on NewsX YouTube. My name is Rishabh Gulati, and there's something that has seemingly to be skipping world attention that needs to be told. Pakistan's secret army is being humiliated. Every single battle the Pakistani army has fought anyway, they've lost. 47-48, had it not been for the British and Nehru stopping Lieutenant General Cariappa from completely removing the Pakistanis from PoK, they would have lost. 65, lost. In 71, an entire populous part of your country ceased to exist. The Pakistani army lost the war in less than 2 weeks. 2 weeks Indian troops were in Dhaka. 2 weeks Lahore was surrounded, and in 2 weeks almost 100,000 prisoners of war had been taken. This is the capacity of the Pakistani army. In 1999, lost again. Siachen, lost. Every single altercation that they've had with an army like India's, they've been humiliated. And yet they somehow remain in power. They somehow remain in power because they have the same illusion that the British created, that they are the only ones who can provide stability in Pakistan. They are the only ones that can provide security in Pakistan. That if you remove the army, Pakistan will fall to pieces. So they managed to spin this illusion. So it is increasingly important for us to tell the story of their humiliations. And the humiliating fact is that Raheel Sharif, the former military dictator of Pakistan, who's been leading this coalition in Saudi Arabia to fight the Houthi rebels in Yemen. Now, the Houthi rebels in Yemen are backed by Iran. That's the Iran proxy war going on with Saudi Arabia. These are the same Houthi rebels who attacked the Saudi Aramco oil field with the drones. The same Houthi rebels took on an army which is being commanded by Raheel Sharif, who is the military commander of this coalition. And the same Houthi rebels just a few weeks ago dealt a humiliating blow to the Pakistanis. Estimates are that at least 200 were killed and 3 brigades of Pakistani troops, 3 brigades, that's almost 10,000 Pakistani troops surrendered to what many people in the world describe as a ragtag army of rebels. This is the competence of Raheel Sharif and the competence of the Pakistani army, and it boggles the imagination how the Saudi Arabians, who don't have a very strong military force and have been relying on Pakistan to train their army and provide them security for the past 30-40 years, are still convinced that the Pakistani army can actually fight. They don't know how to. They swindle the money that the Americans have given them. A very interesting report from the Pentagon indicates that in FATA, where the Pakistani army was being funded by the Americans to ensure security in that region, which is in the northwestern part of Pakistan, the troops were actually using, Pakistani army troops were actually using World War I equipment, and the rifles they had only 10 rounds of ammunition each, and in the snow they were in sandals because the money was being eaten up by the Pakistani generals. So this is how badly equipped they kept the Pakistani army, and this is the humiliation of their training. Now in February of 2018, a very bold public statement was made by Pakistan that they will be sending an additional 1,000 troops to Saudi Arabia. Pakistan generally doesn't admit how many troops it's got in Saudi Arabia. The reason they came up with a public statement, a press release from DG ISPR, was because Narendra Modi had just been to UAE and Saudi Arabia. So in spite, they wanted to point out to the Saudis that, look, you need our troops, you've been begging us for troops, we are sending you the troops, so I don't know what you're doing hanging out with Modi and giving him all your civilian honors. That's the reason they made the public announcement. So about 70,000 troops is what unofficially of Pakistan are there in Saudi Arabia. And the big realization that MBS is really having is that the Pakistani troops are incompetent. They can't even take on a rebel force. General Raheel Sharif doesn't know what he's doing. Every single altercation of war they fought, they've lost. And that exposes the Pakistani army. It is deeply important to tell the truth, to expose the Pakistani army, because unless the people in Pakistan realize what a paper tiger that they have been cowering to for 70 years, nothing will change in Pakistan. And of course, if something to change in Pakistan, the Pakistani army has to go.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.